Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. And this one is actually pretty cool. So if you want to listen to some dude babble about music he thinks is cool, then you found the right place, because that's what I'm about to do. Talking about Loverboy today. And they have a new, and I'm doing new in quotes, album out because it's called Live in 82. So it's new to us, but it's old music, and I really enjoyed listening to this. It's kind of strange because my history with Loverboy is a little weird. Back when I was like really starting to discover music, and I had a radio station in our hometown. I used to listen to it. It was called 97 Rock, out of Buffalo, New York, and they used to play a lot of Loverboy, but they used to play a lot of mixture of other stuff too. And I like the heavier stuff that they would play. They had a show called Metal Shop, and I was like kind of getting into the heavier music at this point, although The Who was my favorite band at this point in time, still is, but so a weird mixture of stuff I used to listen to, still do, but Loverboy was like one that just didn't like fall into any of that category there for whatever reason. I don't know, but Quiet Riot was kind of popular shortly after this anyway. I was listening to a lot of Judas Priest, a lot of Iron Maiden, stuff like that. It was what I was really discovering at this point in time, and Loverboy just kind of did not fall into that mix at that point in time in my life. I don't know if it was the name kind of turned me off a little bit, or the fact that all the girls in my high school just like thought Mike Reno was really cute. And I remember one of the girls was wearing a Loverboy shirt one day in our study hall, and the librarian there asked, who the Loverboy was, and her reply was something like, "Only the hottest band in town." I was like, oh my gosh. No, so I don't know if it was like stuff like that turned me off to them, but I just really never got into them back in those days. But one of the, not the first band I was in, but one of the first bands I started playing out in clubs and stuff in, we had to learn a lot of cover songs, and unfortunately for me at that point in time, working for the weekend, I had to learn how to play that song, and I was like, oh man, I have to learn how to play this song. And so I got the album or something at that point in time. There was no internet or anything, and you just had to get the song and you had to learn how to play it. But I remember listening to the album thinking, wow, this is the guitars in particular are a lot heavier on it, and the bass is really predominant on those first two albums. And I was like, man, maybe there's something here I didn't know was here. I remember hearing all like Jump, I remember hearing that, and Gangs on the Street, and I thought those were like the cooler songs. But I had never actually heard Lucky Ones. I'd never heard that actual song on the radio before. So when I heard that song, I'm like, that's cool. And it's funny, I actually kind of convinced the band to play that song live. I don't know why, because it was never a single or anything as far as I know, but maybe it was, but I don't remember ever hearing it. But that's funny, I actually thought that was a cool heavy song to play, and we ended up doing that one, and people loved it. And that's when we kind of learned the trick that you do the songs that the other bands don't do, and that's kind of becomes a thing that's giving away my trade secrets here. And that's kind of what I learned early. Do the songs that not every band out there does, and you get people showing up that think it's pretty cool, and they keep coming back. So anyway, that was my introduction to Loverboy. And I remember when their this live album obviously only covers the first two albums, but I remember when Queen of the Broken Hearts came out, I thought, all right, that's not too bad. And then Loving Every Minute of It I thought was a cool song. However, I don't know what happened after that. They took a turn, and a lot of bands did this. They got influenced by whatever was happening at that point in time and kind of took a turn. And Loverboy went like more mellow, whereas he had bands like Scorpions tried to be like grunge. I don't remember if anybody remembers that happening, but so they kind of like just fell out of popularity or whatever. But for me, my favorite Loverboy stuff is I'll say the first three albums, but the first two for sure. And this live show has every song that I would want to hear off those first two albums in it. So I actually really enjoyed listening to this. And the thing I liked about this recording is that it's very well done. I guess Paul Dean. This is from his personal archives. He went in and it's got remixed, remastered, all that stuff. There's a concert video for this as well, which I haven't seen, and I have not seen any of the videos for it. I just found out about this a few days ago. I guess it's just been kind of flying under the radar for me. There's so much music, I kind of sometimes don't see what's coming out, and this is just one of those ones that kind of like flew under the radar a little bit. But I'm glad I found it here last minute, and the recording of it's really good. What I really like about it is the fact that it's heavy. I mean, it's heavier than the albums, and they were kind of a rockin' band. You just listen to stuff like, Turn Me Loose. Looking back, I'm like, why didn't I not get it back then? Because that song's got some heavy guitar stuff going on it, and they play this very well. Mike Reno sings his butt off. He's like killing it live, and they're still out there doing it. They're still out there, doing shows to this very day. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's still all the original guys. Check me on that one, but I think it's still all the original guys. And it's weird. I've never seen them live. Just strange. And I'm like really close to the border there. They're a Canadian band, and I've never gotten up there to see them for whatever reason. They've never made it to where I live, other than back when I was in high school, and they've never come back around. But anyway, so it's got like Jump on here. It's got Lucky Ones, which I mentioned. Lady of the 80s, they kind of do a little extended version of that. It seemed longer to me anyway. Take Me to the Top just seemed like really heavy on here. Like even the keyboards. That's one thing I didn't get back in the day either. Is their keyboards, even though they're worse keyboards, they got a cool sound there. I'm listening to it like now, and I'm hearing like, I don't remember other bands using these particular sounds. They're like heavy. And Get Your Life was on here, but it's not really one of my favorite songs. But Gangs in the Street, Turn Me Loose. Of course, The Kid Is Hot Tonight was a big hit for them. And When It's Over. And then it ends with Working for the Weekend. Those are like, every single song there is a song I'd want to hear, other than It's Your Life, which I didn't really remember that being a single or pay much attention to that song. All the rest of them are cool. So great concert recording. Seems a little short, but I don't know if there's songs left out or this was the whole show. I don't know if they're even what the show this is from. I guess I didn't really do much prep for this. I just popped in and listened to it. I thought this was a really good album, and I decided I want to talk about it, and that's what I'm doing. So feel free to add whatever it is that I'm missing here. As always, I welcome everybody to comment and share their thoughts and their Loverboy stories in this particular one. And like, share, and subscribe to keep this music alive, because this was a fun listen. I really enjoyed this one. Like I said, it's good recording, great sound, and it just gave a little bit of heaviness and oomph to it that the albums didn't have. And the albums were recorded really well. I give them that. The production on those first two albums was really good. It was fun to put something on that I probably wouldn't have chosen to listen to without this being something new coming out. So it's one of those instances where I may go back and grab one of those albums and just listen to it again. And it's always cool when music does that, and just kind of brought back a lot of memories and stuff. So, I mean, it's always cool. Music does that. It's a time machine. So anyway, I'm going to stop babbling and turn it over to you guys, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.